Hey, what's up?
Peace. I just wanted to talk about a few things that has to do with like people and social media and how people are letting Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, just all the social media, like people are letting that get to them and like it's driving them crazy and you could tell we don't really have time to follow people and really look into shit. But when it's obvious and everybody sees it, it's like it's undeniable. Like people are going like crazy, losing their fucking minds, just because they think a post is about them, or they comment on your shit and you ignore them, or you don't even add them, or you don't entertain shit that they're saying. Maybe they're feeling themselves way too much. It's like that's you, do you, but you shouldn't crave the attention and you shouldn't crave the audience feedback all the time, because when you don't get that, you start breaking down mentally and it's ridiculous. It looks like so crazy because a lot of people are seeing you doing this shit, and it's, I guess it's hurting your ego, or a lot of people use social media, you know as like confidence booster, you know what I'm saying? And if they don't get the response they want, they feel down and shit. And it's like
Yeah,
you
like people
should
have
not.
online personas and shit.
Yeah, and you should not let that shit get to you like that, because you know you have a real life to live. And if you like really living, you know what I'm saying, really doing things, doing you like you say you are, or like you want people to think you are, um stuff like that shouldn't even be on your agenda. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just ridiculous how people are letting social media drive them to losing their shit.
Yeah, I see people all the time sharing memes and stuff that like threatening to unfriend people and stuff, and they take or they getting upset because nobody's liking their posts, or
Yeah.
you know,
And
just
it's like
making little jokes
shit,
about stuff
yo,
like that.
like real life, we getting money, we working, we building businesses, we have children, you know what I'm saying? Shit, our
In real
children
life,
take
our
up so
children are
much.
beautiful, healthy.
Right.
We love them. We're
We put a
proud of
lot of
them.
work
We're
into our
beautiful.
children
We're
because
healthy.
that's our
We love and
future.
we're proud of each other.
And
We're proud of ourselves. We love ourselves. We're out here living. You
right, and
know, we travel for real. We
for
don't like
real,
travel to take pictures and post online so
word up.
people can think we're living. You know, like we don't always post even what we do or where we go. You know,
Right.
because it's like we're actually living, and you don't have time to take selfies and shit all the time. It's not important. You know, don't talk about everything we do because it's not everyone's business, and because we're not here for the internet. You
And
know,
when
the
we
internet is here
do,
for us. We use
and
it.
when we do it, it's you know what I'm saying, to help people, to show people shit that we see, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody ain't capable, everybody ain't able to, get up and get out and do things that they, dream about. So, when we do, it's to, it's to help people, build their, you know, creativity, or help them to, make a bucket list stuff that they want to do, one day. It's to inspire, and not to be out there bragging, acting like we got shit that we don't, or just try to make people feel like they ain't doing shit. And it's like, no, when we post shit, it's about us and we keep it real. It's about our life and what we doing. And it's crazy how much attention, you know what I'm saying, um, that we do get. And it's mostly positive, mostly people saying thanks, for posting stuff and, keeping it real. But then again, you see people like hating, like, they act like they cool, they act like they down, but it's like killing them on the inside, and eventually they explode, they they start ranting, and what I'm saying, they start, keeping up shit that we don't even have time for, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have time to deal with, this back and forth arguing and shit online. Like, motherfucker, go push your buttons or somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Because I got shit to do. I got business to
Yeah,
handle.
we use the internet to get money.
Right. It's a tool, man. And it's like I said, some people use it, as a business tool. Some people use it as entertainment, but you have to draw the lines. You have to distinguish, what you're doing. You have to have boundaries. I always talk about boundaries and, lines because, like, you
People
can't.
giving out too much information.
Oh my God.
Personal information
People
and
be
stuff.
putting out their addresses, social security numbers. I mean,
Like when you're
their
out of
whole
town,
life.
why are you posting online telling people that you're out of town so they
Right,
can know
right.
to come up in
You
your
like,
crib?
they
your
know where
house?
you live at because you fucking you put that shit out there, when you moved in or whatever. So they know you where you live at. They know your address. They know the school.
They know what you're going
your
through.
Kids go to.
Your ups and downs. They know you're
And then
suicidal
you're like,
right now.
I'm on vacation. I'm in Miami. It's like, look
It's
at
not
that.
all
Look at
good.
that. Look at that. How beautiful.
Like we can't be online all the time. We live in life. We enjoying life. You know. You gotta get off the internet, get out, breathe the air,
Right.
live
You
the
have
life.
to live real life.
You know,
man.
looking at my daughters and sons and seeing how beautiful they are, and just living,
Right.
teaching, enjoying each other. You know what I'm saying? Living, like for real, off the internet. You use the internet for a purpose. Like you can learn, you can get so much information on there, you can make so much money on there. You know, what else matters as far as the internet? I'm not on the internet to make friends and like I
Right.
mean, I know some people might
And a lot of
feel a way
people
about
have
that,
personality problems, They like, there's
Yeah,
no
people be having,
character, they're just going off of, shit that they see and they're imitating, They don't know how to be them. They don't know how to build the blocks within themselves for them to be great, for them to be who they're here to be, And that's part of all the distractions, and that's why, like, social media is, like, promoted so much because shit, that's what they want you to do. They want you to be so distracted that you don't know who the fuck you are. And it's like you have to pull back on that shit, read, fucking research, take time by yourself, meditate. You have to do all this stuff to stay balanced because this shit is so imbalanced that it would throw your ass off. You'll find yourself having nervous breakdowns, you find yourself, being schizophrenic or whatever, or, just abusing alcohol and drugs because you in
I thought you was gonna be like DJ Khaled. Like they don't want you to be out here living life.
They don't want you
They
to.
want you to be on the internet
Right,
all
they
day.
want you to be on the internet.
They want you to have a
Even
little
at work.
internet persona and be fake.
Even when you trying to make money or when you supposed to be making money, you online bullshitting,
They want you to get angry about stuff you see on the internet.
They don't want to see us living out here. They don't want to see us healthy, They don't want to see us in nature enjoying, fucking the earth's beauty, natural beauty. Shit, It's great to come out here, get outside of your house, get off your fucking phones, get off your computers, put your feet down on this earth because that's where your real energy, that's where you come from. This is organic. Stop being so plastic. But,
Yeah, people don't see it. Like they're being influenced by so many different things. There's so much stuff that's programming you. Like I'm not sitting up here acting like I'm bigger and better than any of this stuff. You get in programmed. Whether you realize it or not. If you think you're above it and beyond it, then you really are getting programmed because you're unaware that you're getting programmed.
Right.
So you're online, you're feeling emotional, you're getting set off by things that you don't even really know what's setting you off. It was something else that you've been exposing yourself to, and now you're all emotionally a wreck about, different things. Because there's so many different distractions and stuff online, so you
Right.
get in all these different programs. It's got you like, bipolar.
It's hitting you from all angles too, It's the food, your water's poison, Like, shit is in the air, pollution, and it's like, that's why you have to find that inner peace, You have to work on yourself. You have to set goals, You have to work towards your goals because, like, we wrote a book about this, 40-day master system. You have to focus on yourself sometimes. All the time, Because if you're not doing it, somebody else is doing it. And they're playing that fucking signal that you don't hear. But unconsciously, you know what I'm saying, you're drawn to it, you liking it. It's all this entertainment shit, movies, music, you know what I'm saying, memes, goddamn it. Everything is like calling for your attention, and it's up to you to focus what focus your attention on what you need to be focused on in order for you to be great. Everybody's here to be great, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's not here to be followers, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's following somebody, you know what I'm saying, on social media and shit. It's not what you're really here for, you know? You're here to focus on yourself, you know, be Buddha, be Jesus, be Krishna, you feel me? It's in all of us, you know? That's one thing that I had to let people know, because I know a lot of people going through a lot of shit, and it's like they wouldn't even be going through this shit if they just like would focus on themselves, you know, their family inside their homes, get their shit in order. And like I was saying, like this shit, like social media, you know, have people waking up in the morning, you know, reaching for their phones and shit, because they have to see, you know what I'm saying, what was posted. They have to see how many likes they got. They have to see comments, you know what I'm saying? And
they're not even getting paid off of it.
And
like,
that should be making or breaking them though, man. That shit like right there be, you know, right? That shit makes or breaks you. And you know, whether you realize it or not, you know what I'm saying, it's boosting your ego. Like some people like wake up in the morning and look online, and if they see a whole bunch of bad shit, they're gonna have a bad day, and they don't realize like the shit that they just put in their fucking head first thing in the morning is, you know, fucking
chaotic, you know.
Yeah, people
some dude
dying,
got
people
shot
getting
by the
beat up,
police.
fights in the streets.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like that shit is bringing your whole energy down. You know what I'm saying? It's making it so that you can't start your day, you know, with your best foot forward, because you have like this weight, you know what I'm saying, on your shoulders. And it's like you can't be great with that shit, even if, you know, even if like you don't feel like it affects you that much or whatever. It is, you know, so you're gonna have to like monetize your time, you know, on like social media and TV and all that shit, because everybody want to be a dope boy, you know, everybody want to be a gangster. Everybody want to be an internet model. And it's ridiculous because we don't have enough scientists, we don't have enough doctors, we don't have enough lawyers and judges, you know what I'm saying? We don't have our own police force, you know. If we had our own people policing our own people, policing us, you know, it'll be different, you know. The Asian community should have, you know, their own police force policing them. They know how to deal with each other. Black people, same way. We should have our own shit. Jews, you know, they have their own shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's crazy because people don't know how to deal with you because the cultures are different, you know? And like the pressure of just being online every day, you know, being in these groups and, you know, communicating with total strangers that you don't know, you know, it could really mess with your head. Like, it makes you crazy, you know, because then you have like built-in animosity. You have built-in animosity, you know what I'm saying? You riled up and you crazy and you don't even know why, but you look insane online, you know? Especially if like you have, I mean, everybody has a platform. That's another thing. Everybody does not deserve a platform. Everybody does not deserve the stage. Everybody should not be speaking.
You used to have to work hard as hell to get heard by thousands
Right.
of people. Now it's just,
Right.
yeah.
And it's crazy because like everybody's not intelligent enough, you know what I'm saying, to be out talking to people, you know?
Everybody shouldn't have followers.
Right. Because like some people are just ignorant as fuck. It's just dumb and, you know, just regurgitated shit that they half-ass heard.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it's ridiculous because you have people, because, you know, they might look appealing, they might, you know, have swag, you know what I'm saying? They might just have a certain persona that makes people drawn to them, you know, just based on how they look or speak.
Well, hold up, I don't mean to cut you off, but online you don't even have to have it. You can have a little fake picture.
Right.
Or put on the costume for your picture. You don't even wear that shit every day. You just throw on the costume, take your picures, and you
Right.
rah. You know, you all this other
But
bullshit.
and you live like
A regular
underneath
square
someone's
life.
porch and shit.
living in your mom's fucking house or something.
You live under someone's porch and shit. You go
Niggas
under
on
there.
welfare.
You go under there when motherfuckers go to work and shit. Like
Yeah.
it's not cool.
But when you get online, you King Zulu
Right.
Boo Boo and all this shit.
And it's like, god damn, man. You know, everybody has their 15 minutes of fame, I guess. Like, but like I said, everybody should not have that platform because they are leading people into the wrong direction. They hustling people. You know, got people like sending them fucking money to do certain shit that they're not getting done, and like after they collect, you know, certain amount of money, you know, motherfuckers disappear, and it's like, what happened to the money? And it's like,
You got regular people
it's
too.
crazy.
They got like followers and shit. They don't even know shit. They just like, you know, online.
right, but I mean, like, if you have children, like, be on them, you know what I'm saying? There's no such thing as privacy when it comes to your children. Like, you should be in their shit. You should know what they into. You should know what they doing. They should be able to talk to you about anything. I don't give a fuck what it's about. They should come to you first, because it's like, parents are not parents anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's like, shit, I mean, this world has gotten this big. You know, we used to live in a giant world, and it used to take forever for shit to get done, and now shit is happening like that, super fast. And you know what I'm saying, our children are online, they taking advantage of it. You know, they know what's going on in fucking Thailand, they know what's going on in Japan. You know, they're into all kinds of shit. They're watching shit on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, you have to know what's going on, because that shit right there, their minds are developing, expanding. You know, they're faster, they're smarter, they're stronger than we ever were. And it's like, that shit could make them or break them. It could inspire them to be great, or it could, you know what I'm saying, take away who they are, make them like fucking robots, you know what I'm saying? Fucking imitators, you know? And like, a lot of people out there, like, people that won't even be like into hip-hop and you know, into this degenerate behavior, you know what I'm saying, they're doing it. And like, I be watching that shit, I be like laughing, because it's funny as fuck, you know, to see you little white kids, you know, growing up in big nice areas, you know, living in cul-de-sacs and shit, and they, you know, having chains on, and they, you know, they dressing all gangster, smoking weed, and out there, I mean, just you cursing people out, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, y'all all seen that movie White Boys and shit. Like, that shit is entertaining to people who know better, but to like kids, you know, they see that shit and they imitate that shit, and it's like, that's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? That kid has no idea, you know, the culture that they're really, you know what I'm saying, getting this stuff from. They don't know how hard it is coming up in the hood. They don't know how hard you really have to be, how you have to fight for shit, how you have to, you know, just basic walking down the street going to school, you know what I'm saying? It's like you're a sheep and you're surrounded by fucking wolves, you know, cops fucking with you, you know, drug dealers, you know what I'm saying, trying to, you know, make you a fucking customer.
Not even just white people,
bullies.
even like somebody black that's got it good, or
Right.
like live somewhere like Alabama or something like that, and they like listening to some hardcore urban shit. You know what I'm saying? That ain't they reality.
Kentucky
So it's
and
like
shit. It's like,
entertainment.
I mean, there's a hood everywhere you go, but every hood is not like, you know, growing up on Brooklyn, you know what I'm saying? Seeing the shit I saw coming up as a kid, you know what I'm saying? It's like, shit, it gets real ridiculous, and it's like, everybody shouldn't be fucking exposed to this shit, because everybody, number one, ain't strong enough, everybody ain't smart enough to come out of that shit. And I mean, people who got it good, you should be thankful that you have it good. You shouldn't, you
Take
know,
it to the next level
Right.
instead of going in a degenerate fucking
right.
direction.
If
Like,
you don't have to struggle, it's like, why you acting like you struggling every day? Like, what the fuck? Like, that's another thing.
yeah,
These
like
actors,
if you came
man.
up from the struggle, hey, there's no shame. But like, that's not the way to go. Like,
Right.
that's not cool. That ain't what you want for your kids and shit.
And especially like if your parents are foreigners, came here for a better life, you know what I'm saying? So that you could have a better education, so that you could live a better life than they came up, you know? Like, the old countries, like, you know, real struggle. You know what I'm saying? Niggas can't even drink water. You have to go get water out of fucking shit like this. You feel me? Like, you don't even understand that struggle. And, like, hell yeah, that shit's gonna harden you, make you, you know what I'm saying?
Or break you.
Right, but I mean, if you come from stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? You come with a different mindset. You come for, you know, a yearning for success. And it's crazy because a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, they don't understand that struggle.
That's how you know who's really from the hood, who really had it bad. Cause
Right.
if you really coming from like poverty or hardship, you're gonna be about success and improving life. You're gonna be about making the most out of what you got.
Right. And then, like, you know, you send your kids coming from places like that to school with these knuckleheads, you know, motherfuckers who don't appreciate what they have, motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, who don't, you know, kindle that information and education that, you know, they're able to get. You know, you could go to the library and read books. You can get online. You can, you know, study shit people studying in Yale and Harvard and shit. You know what I'm saying? You have access to stuff like that. Everybody in the world don't. You know what I'm saying? Shit. In China and shit, motherfucker, you can only have one kid. It's like,
You can't
wanna
even
talk
get
about
all the
control?
websites.
You wanna
They
talk
block half
about-
of the internet.
You want to talk about the man, you know what I'm saying? Shit, y'all don't even understand. Motherfuckers in other countries can't even talk about their president, motherfucker.
Yeah,
y'all
like in
here
Sierra
online
Leone, they don't
talking
even
shit,
have
man.
energy all day and night. They
And
only
it's
get
like-
like 8 hours of energy.
It's like you have no idea the struggles of the world. Like if you here in America, you in the best place in the world at the best time to be here, and you're supposed to be making the best of your situation, the best of your resources, the best of what you have, because everybody don't got that shit. And if you're not succeeding with the best of everything,
No excuses.
you ain't shit.
Hell yeah,
You ain't shit.
We can't be here like the black community complaining about the immigrants come over here and they doing better. Fuck, nigga, you got so many. If you really come from poverty, you can go to school for free.
Right.
You got so many resources and fuck that. Fuck the excuses. There's no excuses. The power of God is within you. You can do anything you want. You
Right.
can turn all that shit around in one generation and be wealthy and you know to run and shit. So like, fuck all that. No excuses.
Yep.
No excuses.
Like, if
you
you're
coming
gonna be
from
a
the richest
failure-
country in the world, where even if
Right.
you are from poverty, you are rich.
Look.
Even if you're from poverty, you're rich compared to like 95% of the world, right?
Right.
So no excuses.
And even like I said before, I mean, we lived abroad. We lived in other countries, you know what I'm saying? And we seen, you know, the real nitty gritty, the real life of, you know, third world countries. And
Yeah, it ain't like this, man.
Man.
Kids playing in freaking drainage ditch and all types of shit. And it ain't like this drainage ditch. The
Right.
shit here in the hood. Cause I done played in the drainage ditches and shit as a kid. I should have been. I was in the sewers and shit. It ain't the same. You don't want to be in the sewers. These places like on Slumdog Millionaire and shit.
Right,
You
hell
don't
yeah.
want to be there. Okay,
your ass come
trust
out
me.
coming like
It's on a
Toxic
whole-
Crusader,
whole nother
fucking
level.
have an eyeball growing out the side of your neck and shit. Like, you do not understand. And you don't even want that kind of gangster. You don't even want that kind of fucking
Yeah,
struggle.
it's too much to try to overcome. It's like, you know, being an ant trying to climb a mountain, man. You have too much to overcome. You got it easy here. You got it made here.
Yeah, it's time you take advantage of your resources, man, because like I said, you got the best right now. You could do whatever you want. You fucking find your passion, you know what I'm saying? Get off of the fucking social media.
If
Find
you
your
ain't making
fucking
money
passion
on
and
there,
do something, be
if
something.
you're not marketing, pushing something that you have, some ideas or something, then there's really no reason to be on there, you know? And especially to the point where it's your confidence boosting, all that shit.